101 WKQX.
Hey, what's up, Laura? It's Travis.
Hi, Travis. How are you?
I'm great. How you doing?
Oh my gosh, it is such an amazing and exciting time to be a Blink 182 fan. The new album, California, on the horizon. We've got tour dates, including Chicago, finally. I mean, I really couldn't be any better right now. How does it feel on your end to finally, I guess, get the ball rolling?
Oh, we're so stoked. I mean, for us, it's been like, we created this album, and we've been like, it's been finished for months, and the wait is real. We just want to get it out, So we're really excited about the album coming out, and fans finally getting to hear it, and then obviously touring it. It's going to be awesome with, A Day to Remember and All Time Low, All American Rejects. It's gonna be a great summer.
Yeah, so you're going to be at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater September 9th. Tickets officially go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. There is actually a VIP pre-sale going on right now if you pre-order the new album bundle from Blink182.com. Is this the first time you're coming back to Chicago since Riot Fest? What, 2013?
I think so. I don't think I've been out there since then, especially not with Blink.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time we're coming back, but I mean, we have a huge tour. It's like 50 something dates.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what we do when we come out with a new album, and it's just nice. It's finally time. Everyone was like, please come out with new music, and
Yeah.
now it's like the wait is over,
Hmm.
and the album's incredible.
You feel like you can finally breathe?
Oh, it's just nice, because you tell the fans like it's coming, it's
Hmm.
coming. They hear rumbles of us being in the studio, but now it's like it's finally here. The first single's out. I can't wait for everyone to hear the rest of the album, and there's actually a tour,
Yeah.
so it's good, man. It's all come to life.
Well, I've really loved the insight that you've given us as fans on your own personal Instagram and Twitter, kind of letting us hear little clips of things, some drum loops. I mean, really giving us a feeling like we're in the studio with you.
Yeah, and I've seen a couple things on YouTube where like fans have actually put it all together, like clips of me playing drums, clips of Matt Skiba singing,
Hmm.
Mark playing bass. It's really cool. But yeah, I mean, social media is awesome like that, where you have a direct connection with your fans, and we're able to take people into the studio with us without going to our record label or our publicist, and it's just so. It's a good, intimate, direct connection with people who love our band.
Well, we definitely appreciate that insight. The new album, California, is coming out on Blink 182 Day, July 1st, and seventh album, but first one with Matt Skiba, and also with producer John Feldmann. So,
Yes.
with respect to each of those new elements, what has been the biggest difference in this studio experience for you?
Well, with John Feldman, it was just great working with the producer again. We hadn't worked with a producer since Jerry Finn,
Hmm.
and when he passed away, it was kind of a mystery if we were going to ever work with a producer period besides him.
Sure.
And for me, like I don't think Neighborhoods or Dogs Eating Dogs was what it could have been because we didn't work with a producer. I think having that extra set of eyes and ears in the studio is so important and makes the world a difference. And I brought John in right after we had started working in my studio, and I kind of proposed the idea to Mark and Matt, and we all went to breakfast. And the next day we were in the studio with John, and we didn't leave his studio till a month and a half later. We were there every day from like 9 in the morning till some days like 3 in the morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was awesome. But when you get that rhythm, you really don't want to break it up.
Sure.
You really don't want to, you just gotta go for it. And Skiba was there with us, obviously, and writing with him was awesome. He's cut from the same cloth, and Alkaline Trio had toured many times with Blink,
Hmm.
and it was just he was great. There was no weird transition period. Getting comfortable with each other, like. The writing process was awesome. We ended up having too many songs for the album, which has never been done in the history of Blink.
I read that you scrapped a whole bunch before you even started working with John.
Yeah, we were in, and it was after Music, and we just kind of said, do we want to get in the studio and just see what it is, just kind of explore and write together, and we
Mhm.
did. And there was a lot of really, really great songs that came out of that. But after the breakfast with John, after we met up and we decided to, go in his studio and just see what it was. The first day we wrote 3 songs, one of which was Bored to Death, and then we just kind of made the agreement, the decision to just move forward and leave those songs as they are and maybe do something with them another time. But the stuff we had written with John was just incredible. The sounds, everything. We were just in a rhythm, and we had 28 songs just from those sessions.
Oh, wow.
So,
Well, I want to talk about Bored to Death. That is an absolutely amazing song. Can you take me back to the inception of it? I mean, it was on the first day, so that's one of the very first songs that you guys even wrote together.
yeah, we had like an idea for a bass pattern. I think it was one of the only things that we had done at my studio that we honestly kept. And we recorded this bass or guitar idea, and then I told John, I have some ideas for drums. And I think his exact words was, go in there and play some of that hip-hop stuff you do on the side. And I was like, okay. And it was he actually meant like more of like a drum and bass pattern.
Hmm.
So I went in and I just started. That's what I like to do. I like to go in, like, even before there's a guitar or bass idea, sometimes I'll just go in and get a tempo,
Sure.
and I'll just play for however long and just kind of give them all the options of what could happen at that tempo.
Okay.
And that's what we did. And then that song came to life, and 2 other songs came to life that same day.
Are either of the other 2 making the cut for the album?
Yes, 2 out of 3 made the cut for the album.
All right. I read that you were fighting for more than what ended up being the 16 tracks.
Oh, yeah, for me, I kind of, for years, even when Tom was in the band, there was so much, for me, like empty promises saying, we're going to come out with new material, we're working on an album, and then we'd all get home and, we wouldn't get in the studio, or there'd be, somebody was working on something else. It just wouldn't happen for whatever reason. So with me, I told everyone, I was like, look, like, the more material, the better. Like, I feel like we've starved our fans long enough.
We've been starving!
The more material, the better, and the
Sure.
more tour dates, the better. Like, go out there and do it for real,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think we could ask for anything more. And it sounds like if you had to guesstimate how many Blink-182 songs were kind of tabled, do you have any idea?
Well, it's not for sure, but I think there might be an EP or something coming out at the end of the year as well.
Okay.
But yeah, there was 28 from the sessions we did with John. 14 made the album, and then you got to think there's 20 to 30 sitting in my studio.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
so exciting.
Yeah, there's an abundance of Blink material sitting around.
Cool. Well, it's been a long time, and we've been patient, so I'm glad that it's finally here. That song "Bored to Death" is amazing. It's one of those that I just keep playing over and over when I get a chance in the studio. I absolutely love it, and
Awesome. Thank you so much.
yeah, we can't wait to see you when you come to town. You mentioned Tom, and I know a lot of people have brought up, what does Tom think? And he kind of made a whole long statement on his Facebook page saying that he supports you guys and he really just wants you to be happy. But he also mentioned that he talks to you almost every day now. And I'm curious what you guys typically will talk about.
We'll talk about aliens, UFOs. No, we talk about, we're actually in communication. I talk to him a couple times a week. Sometimes we're just like cracking jokes or sending, funny photos back and forth or whatever. But, there's no bad blood between us. I don't hold grudges. Tom doesn't hold grudges. I'm very supportive of him and everything he does outside of Blink. And, he said he's very supportive of this album and hopefully one day, we can play music together again.
Yeah, he definitely alluded to that a little bit, wanting to build back that special something.
Yeah, I've obviously, I can't go from playing music with someone for 20-something years and then, I have no dislike for the guy. I'm like, it's like if you're with a girl forever and then you guys take time off and for whatever reason you're acting like you hate her. There's no possible way I could hate him. Like I have nothing but love for him. He's a great songwriter. He's been a good friend to me for years, and yeah, I mean, who know? We always say like, who knows? Whatever happens.
Sure.
I never say never.
And you definitely don't ever say no, it seems like, between a Blink 182. I mean, you've been doing a lot of stuff with Yellow Wolf lately. You pop up at Coachella with Run the Jewels, and then you posted that you're going to be collaborating with Andre 3000.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we saw each other at Coachella, and we talked about eventually doing something together, which I'm really excited about. He's been one of my favorite like MCs, and Outkast was like a game changer for me as a kid growing up. Like them and the Beastie Boys, I could never. He's a legend.
Absolutely. Is that your dream collaboration, or is there one other person out there that's the
I've
pinnacle?
worked with all my dream crowd. I mean, he is one of them that hasn't ever happened. But I mean, my first solo album was like a dream collaboration. I think I collaborated with like 30 or 40 people. But no, I've been always blessed to be called upon to do cool collaborations or ones that people never would think of. And that's why I love playing music. Those unexpected collaborations are usually the most fun.
Sure. Well, it doesn't hurt that you're like one of the baddest drummers on the planet. So.
Oh, thank you so much.
We're so excited. The new album, again, California, it's out on Blink 182 Day, July 1st, but you can pre-order it now. You grab a bundle, then you can grab your pre-sale tickets right now for the show at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater September 9th with a day to remember, All American Rejects, All Time Low, and DJ Spider. And we can't wait to see you, Travis.
I can't wait to see you guys too. I'm excited.
All right. Well, we will talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for calling in.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.